Hi, my name's Niamh. I'm 37. I originally come from Brighton, but I now live in Glasgow. My day usually starts about 7:30 in the morning with a small kitten sitting either on my chest or my face because she wants to be fed. So I usually roll out of bed about 7:30 in the morning, grab some clothes, and the cats will escort me to the kitchen where I will feed them while they shout at me. And that usually takes me to about 10 to 8. If my shift is starting at 8 because I work from home, I will just go straight into my office, set everything up, and join my colleagues for the beginning of our shift. I work for a call centre that's outsourced. We take on a lot of different clients, and currently the campaign that I'm on, I'm usually either working on the phones, so I'll be taking inbound calls from people who just want to know the progress of the product that we deal with, or I will be doing what's known as floor walking, so I'll be on the Teams messages that we use, supporting my colleagues if they have questions outside the standard queries that we would usually get. If they have issues, they would come to the main chat channel and just ask the question, and one of the floor walkers, there's usually about 4 of us, will jump in and assist with that. Because we're on rotation, breaks do change on a daily basis, but generally if you're starting at 8, your first break will be about 11 o'clock in the morning, which is when I get up and I get coffee, which is always necessary, and usually have to fight the cat for access to the kitchen as usual because she's very small and very excitable. The older one doesn't give me the time of day until after work anyway, so that's not a problem. But yeah, breaks would be about 11 o'clock. Lunch would usually be about 1 o'clock, and that's about half an hour. I'm not really a lunch eater unless somebody is poking me. So I would usually spend lunch doing the washing up from the night before and just having a bit of me time before I go back into the end of the shift. And again, you get your quarter-hour break between lunch and the end of the shift. And if I'm finishing at about 5, that would usually be 2:45, 3 o'clock. It's usually another cup of coffee, another fight with the cat. And then at 5 o'clock, just end the shift. And then the evening is mine, although it's usually not. I do play D&D. I actually DM a lot of D&D. And I think I play in 1 game a week. I DM 1 game a week at the moment, and it's looking like I'm going to be DMing another game at some point soon. So what would happen then would be 5 o'clock, come out of work, start making dinner. We use Gusto, which is one of the pre-portioned meals. So basically you get your recipe card, you get all the ingredients once a week, and then in the evening you just get your recipe card out, get the ingredients out, and you basically cook from scratch with everything already portioned out. So we do that. That's usually no more than about an hour, have dinner, and about 7:30 usually we would start a game of D&D, and I talk nonsense in silly voices to friends that I get on with incredibly well, and we do some weird and wacky things in a world that I've made up or that I've borrowed from somebody else for a while. If I'm the one playing, generally I tend to get other people's characters killed, which the dice don't like me when I'm a player, which is always entertaining. But yeah, that would usually last until about 10 o'clock in the evening, at which point you just say goodnight and just chill out for a bit, play a bit with the cats, spend some time with my girlfriend if we've not, been playing together. And usually between about 11, 11:30, we'll start making our way to bed. But the time between is either we'll watch something that we're trying to finish. We recently finished Anne with an E after attempting to watch it all in one go several times. But I think we're currently working on the Gilmore Girls, but possibly the Sandman is up next, so we'll see what happens there. But if we're not watching something, we're listening to a podcast that we enjoy, or we sit together and read, or I knit. I also write, so occasionally I will just pull out a notepad and just scribble down some ideas, or maybe the next part of the chapter that I'm writing. But yeah, around about 11:30 is kind of bedtime, so last check on the cats, roll into bed, usually asleep just before midnight generally, and then my day starts again at 7:30.